leaving many asking the question, Crash Bandicoot and Spyro, when's it going to happen?
Just getting through some exclusive news here. Some new DLC for a video game will have more numbers going up more quickly. Bigger numbers.
Or at 10.
If video games have a secret, it's that sometimes it's enough to just see numbers go up. You know, leveling up and collecting gold, it's comforting, like a blanket. And if board games have an equivalent, it's that sometimes it's enough to touch a really nice component and put it in its place. Come to Mexico with me.
Welcome to the Hotel Mexico.
Just take it down a bit, man. Because if you look at this,
Such a lovely place.
where it used to
Such
be,
a lovely place.
there's been a genocide. I didn't know how to tell you. So in this otherwise lovely game of building the ancient Aztec city of Tenochtitlan, the manual first wants to remind us that this city doesn't exist because it was razed by Spanish conquistadors in 1529, killing the 200,000 heretical inhabitants.
Oh no!
Yes, but as it says here, thanks to us, this city will rise again.
Hooray!
But then also I was thinking, and like when we pack this game away, once again we're going to have to destroy the city of Tenochtitlan with our European hands.
Oh no.
On with the game. Simply put, Mexica is a delightfully simple 45-minute game of building not just the temples of Tenochtitlan, but the zoning and highways too. Highways that are vitally important because, unusually for building games, you have an avatar running around the board, a nobleman.
Each of the players plays as one of these fine noblemen, men of noble blood with noble traditions. But what's the point in being nobleman if you don't know what you can do? So you've got a little cheat sheet of the things you can do, and everyone has 6 turns per turn, and you move around. You can go 1, 2, 3. You can build bridges. You can place canals, and then what do? Well, you hop on the bridge, and then you can get over the canal, or you can put another bridge down somewhere else and travel along the canal via the medium of bridges, which I'm pretty sure is not how bridges actually work. And you can also just drop down these hulking great architectural Aztec beauty and just dominate the world.
Or at least take over part of the world from each other. You see, Mexica is mostly a game of area control, but the areas you're fighting for are defined by you. You see, down here, the Emperor has some districts that he wants created. You're going to wall off those districts, and while you're there, you're going to found them. You're going to get that many points. So we've got 8 square districts here, half that, we get 4 points. And then we have, I guess, a nice Aztec party.
But that's only one part of the Aztec party, because after you've gone round and taken all of these tokens off the corner board and founded all these different zones and got your points from that, the first of 2 eras in the game is over, and you go and score all of these again based on who has the best buildings in the area. So here, for example, I've got a 4 and a 3 and a 1, and this little tan guy has only got 4, which means it's mine. I get the most points, he gets the second amount of points, etc. But the problem is, buildings also function as walls, which means as these areas start to fill up with these buildings that you're using to vie for control, it also becomes increasingly difficult to just even move in and out of the area. And that's the heart of Mexico. You lay your claim to a hot bit of land, then you do your very best to lock it off with bridge-blocking buildings and awkward canals. Another player tries to hog a bridge so you can't move freely along the river, so you ensure that he's unable to get off the bridge. Mexico is all about striking a balance between grabbing what you can and being cocky, whilst trying to avoid being Jonathan Creeked by players who want nothing more than to grin while they methodically encase you in bricks.
Oh, dick. It's all great, but it's also only one of Mexica's hearts. You see, in truth, Mexico has 2 hearts, like Doctor Who, from popular TV series The Doctor Who. You see, you're not just putting flimsy cardboard tokens on the board, you're putting whopping great 3D temples down there, and these aren't flimsy plastic. They're a different kind of plastic. But trust us when we say they feel great to touch, to look at, to socket into these squares that can hardly fit them. And this is why the noblemen are so important as well. You're not just building a 3D skyline together, awesome as that would be. you're living in it. Because you might be over here and you don't want to cross town at this time of night. It's not just a blind alleyway you're building, you're getting stuck in it. It's not just a wet superhighway that you're building, you're actually riding down it, and that brings this city to life.
So you're fighting tooth and nail to take control of this city and blocking people off, and then you just get surrounded by buildings, and then you can't do it. But it's okay, because you know what, you can always just teleport away, and it costs most of your turn, 5 out of 6 bits. But that's fine, you can just go somewhere and then maybe just put a thing down and snag an area. Go somewhere unloved on the board and think, yeah, I'll have that, I'll have that. Or maybe you could just be a complete arse and just teleport somewhere and body block other people. So you can't go on that bridge, You should have respected me. But you can do what you like. One of the little things I really like about this game is that it's quite difficult to do badly. Everything you do is sort of okay. Even when you're just at the start of the game, just putting buildings in the middle of nowhere, people go, "What are you doing? What are you doing, Paul? You idiot!" But then it turns out that Paul has ruined everyone, because then people are trying to build areas and he's got his bloody buildings in the way and he's suddenly getting points for nothing. Or, I mean, you can still optimise, you can still be clever, and you can still squeak a win in just by being good, by being the best. But it means at the end of the game, when you chalk up all the numbers, it's usually quite close. Everything you do has some value. And that's good, because it means when you've just beaten somebody and you then say to them, "Hey, shall we play again?" they're not going to look at the track and go, "No."
Mexica also wants you to get your money's worth out of it, because this is a game you will want to try with every player count, and it's good with every player count. With 2, it's this laughably passive-aggressive thing where there is no penalty whatsoever for building purely to annoy the other person with nothing else on your mind. With 3, it's an interesting social dynamic, because whenever 2 players get into a fight, the third can run away and build whatever they want and have an awesome time. And with 4, well, look at it. It's an insane, bustling metropolis with everyone squeezing their temples into what little space there is on the board, standing shoulder to shoulder as if they were on an Aztec dance floor.
So that's Mexico. It wasn't even in our review pile. We happened to be in San Francisco for a weekend, and we went to a board game shop, and we just bought a couple of random board games.
We said, "What's this? This looks good." And then
it was good.
It was good.
That never happens.
Actually never. But Mexico, it turns out, you look at it and it seems interesting, then you learn it quite quickly and it's interesting, and you play it and it's interesting, you finish it, it's more interesting, and then you go, "I just want to play this again because it's just going to get more interesting." And also, look at it. Look, come on, ELO.
I don't even know what they're made of, but I think it's probably partially magic.
By the way, this also continues the Quinn's policy that the best board games are board games which came out before our time, and then a new publisher comes and goes, "That's a good game, I'm going to give it a new lick of paint." This came out in 2004, and then ELO went, "We're going to make it again."
And they did.
So
Shut Up and Sit Down recommends Mexica?
Yeah. We'll give it the badge, the old pen treatment.
Yeah. Let's celebrate Aztec style.
You know that we can't. Matt, you know we can't actually do this, right? There's not, because if the video Oh, gee!
Hey, Quenz!
What are you doing? Put your clothes back on!
Oh, Matthew.
Paul, what are you doing here?
Oh, hi.
You're supposed to be the Aztecs were a really respectful culture, and on the sofa as well.
Oh,
because
fine, it's in
I don't think you've researched this at all.
Oh,
Join us.
Stop bouncing for just 1 second. I'm gonna go to bed. I'm stopping the video. This is not in our house, guys.
So party on with us.